right, Chris. Today, in this episode, we're going to be talking about procrastination.
Yeah, I know we're all guilty of that at some point, and I know, Debbie, we're supposed to be finishing these videos a little bit earlier today, but I guess we procrastinated a little bit, so we'll be guilty for now.
Yeah, we'll be guilty.
But we'll talk about, how we can overcome procrastination, what sort of steps, you can take, to start, building up to the point where you're no longer procrastinating, so...
Yeah, that's one of my biggest things that I do. I procrastinate. And the one thing that I found out that helps me with my procrastination is Jack Canfield talks about writing out a list. And I think I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos. Writing out the top 5 things that you must do in the morning when you first wake up. At night, write out the first, second, third, fourth, fifth thing that you must do in order of importance for that following day. And that actually works for me.
Right, that's definitely a great suggestion too. And usually what I try to do the night before is plan out what I'm going to do over the next day and actually write down what's going to be my most important income-producing activities that we need to focus on. And I know that at some point in the daytime I need to block 1 to 2 hours speaking to prospects because that's the most important activity that you can do to produce some income for yourselves. And I know what I've learned to stop procrastination, and this is what I've learned from Tony Robbins, who does a lot of these presentations about what drives human behavior. And he does mention that the 2 things that drive humans are avoiding pain and seeking pleasure.
Right.
And and I know that a lot of us procrastinate because we want to avoid the pain of doing the task, at hand. We want to seek immediate gratification, like being lazy or, watching TV, which we can all be guilty, at some point. But what Tony says is if you want to avoid that and if you want to prevent yourself from procrastination, what he says is to think about how much pleasure you're going to gain from achieving that task, and then think even bigger and think of the pleasure that you're going to gain in the long term when you reach those goals. Not only think about it, but feel how good it's going to feel, once you achieve those goals. So then when you feel like you don't want to do the task and you want to seek instant gratification, think about, the pleasure that you'll get in the long term by completing that task, and that way you'll stay focused to doing the task at hand as opposed to procrastinating.
Yeah, I'm actually guilty of that. Just like right now, Chris and I were talking about editing these videos. Well, I have procrastinated the whole week from learning how to go back in and edit my videos. It's not something that I really want to do. That is giving me so much pain, having to go back in and learn how to edit the video. But I know once I get it done, it's going to reward me with so much pleasure. It's going to make it so much more interesting if I can get in there, learn how to dissect the videos and put them into the Camtasia and work it out. It's going to make what we're doing right now, especially for me, a lot easier.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I find it a pain in the butt sometimes, to do this. I'm like, oh yeah, I'd rather just watch TV.
Right,
Because there's no way I'm going to figure out. But then I know that if I procrastinate, I'm going to feel the pain when one of my colleagues has this awesome edited video and he's getting hundreds, if not thousands of leads, and I'm not generating any because I thought that immediate gratification of watching TV, as opposed to just, toughing it out, no matter how painful it is, and then feeling the pleasure of having, hundreds or thousands of leads coming in just by video marketing and after editing it. So that's what, is preventing me, or that's what, how I'm training myself to avoid procrastinating.
Right. You have to just kind of, like I said, make out that list, take the number 1 priority first. Like the first thing I do when I get up, I check my emails, I get that out of the way, I try not to look at them anymore, and then I take the second most important priority, depending on whatever task it is that I have for that particular day, because the result that you're going to get from completing the task as opposed to letting it go another day, letting it go another week, you're not going to accomplish anything. There's no benefit, there's no value and just putting something aside and saying, oh, I'll get to that tomorrow. Because what'll happen is you'll never get to it.
Yeah, you're just going to keep procrastinating even more. So yeah, definitely, take the challenge and, associate, the pleasure that you're going to get from getting closer to your goals, and see if you can overcome that instant gratification of being lazy and not doing your work. And if you're feeling a bit lazy out there and you need someone to kick your butt, feel free to contact either me or Debbie, and we'll remind you, to stop procrastinating and do whatever it takes to reach your goals.
Exactly. We're there for you. We're not procrastinating with this video. We want you to all achieve your goals, write out your priorities, do it before you go to bed. That way it's in your subconscious, so when you wake up the next morning, you're ready to go.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Debbie.
Thank you.
Okay, take it easy, and let's get to video editing. Bye.
Bye.